Views expressed on this program are those of the host, guests, and callers, and do not necessarily reflect the views of the station, its management, or advertisers. You're listening to Transformation Talk Radio.
You're listening to the Ecosystem Approach show. I'm Jason.
And I'm Patricia. Tune in every Monday at 1 p.m. Pacific Time and 4 p.m. Eastern Time on Transformation Talk Radio.
We discovered that human potential is severely limited when you program humans like a machine, which is standard practice today for self-improvement.
The ecosystem approach teaches you how to uncover your infinite potential by using natural methods that are truly revolutionary. Join us now for the Ecosystem Approach show. What are you doing for Christmas? Today, we're going to talk about how you can have the best Christmas ever in spite of all the limitations this year. This is the Ecosystem Approach show. I'm Patricia, and this is my husband, Jason. We use an ecosystem approach to you, which is much different than what you are commonly taught. We see human beings as ecosystems that need to be uncovered instead of programmed. Human potential becomes infinite with our ecosystem approach. Jason, what is the cause of a good Christmas or a bad Christmas?
Well, it's the energy.
Oh.
People think it's getting together with family, baking cookies, putting up decorations, Christmas music, watching Hallmark movies. And those are all indirect.
He's not pointing at me, I'm sure of it.
They're all indirect ways of trying to create a good energy at Christmas.
Right. But I have to tell you, Jason, that's exactly what I was taught. And I know we're going to talk about it a little bit in just a few minutes, but I was taught to do all of those things.
Well, everybody thinks that it's our actions that create the energy. What we do with the ecosystem approach is we say, let's instead of doing some action and hoping that it'll create good energy. We're going to show you how to create the good energy directly.
Okay.
And so, a lot of people, when they try and feel better, whether it's Christmas or any time, they say, okay, I'm going to listen to music.
Sure.
Or I'm going to eat a cookie.
With lots of cookies.
With M&Ms.
With M&Ms, you sucker.
Drink coffee, work out,
Have a drink.
Yes.
Okay.
Alcohol is a big part of that.
Right.
And maybe that changes the energy just a little bit, but I'm not sure.
Well, it changes it for a time.
At best, it changes it for a time.
But you and I both know it just goes back to the way it was.
We've been clearing ourselves for the last 20 years, and it just gets better and better. And it creates like a lightheartedness.
Yes.
So
absolutely.
that if we do, we get negative energy all the time.
Oh, we're human. Yeah, it's around us.
We just clear it, and then it kind of goes
away.
Then
we move on, and sometimes and of course, for many of us, there is layers and layers and layers of stuff. And every time a Christmas comes around, there would be another layer of that same energy.
For all of us.
Yes.
And this goes back to the discovery that we made. You can, if you're interested in that, that's on our website under About, and it's called The Discovery.
Okay.
It talks about, how we found that everybody's carrying about 80% of their essence is covered in negative energy. But that's a whole nother topic.
Yes. Okay.
But today, if you want to feel good for Christmas,
okay,
you can spend hours and hours putting lights on your home.
I love the lights.
Yeah, well, what we've been doing this year is we look at everybody else's house.
Yes, we do, because we haven't done that.
we no lights this year. Just it's been really busy with mom and that sort of thing. But there are people around us that have lights, and we like it.
Oh, the lights are they're I'm going to say they're calming, and yet I love to look at the creativity of the lights and what people do. Do they do the same thing every year? That kind of stuff. And oftentimes people do, but also there's something about, I have to admit, Jason and I, we actually go out and walk because we have the dogs and we walk our dogs every night, and the lights are on, and we just love it. It's amazing.
It is nice. Okay. And we're not trying to say don't do those things.
Oh, no, not at all.
But this is a COVID Christmas. So
Yeah,
you
a
may
little
not be
different.
getting together with your family. You may not have the
not.
rituals that you
Yes,
normally
yes.
do. And that doesn't mean that your Christmas is just going to be
Go to hell in a handbasket.
yes.
Okay. Yes.
So what it means is that we can create the energy of a good Christmas.
Exactly. And
we're going to tell you how to do this in the show.
right.
You know,
But I want to talk about a couple things. Okay.
okay.
I am not unlike anyone else in this one, but my mother went over the top for Christmas, and she did unbelievable things. Of course, she decorated the entire house, and she baked until her fingers and legs were sore. She baked so many things. And of course, then there was this huge Christmas dinner, and then wrapping all the presents, and the energy that would happen, and you can kind of hear it building up in my voice. It would start to build, and it was go, 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 go. There was no time to sit down and just relax.
Well, and she used to stay up all night, right?
Oh, she would stay up all night, and then she would not be the nicest person the next day. And of course, I was oftentimes her victim. And so that made it a little difficult. Let me just say that.
So I've never met her mother, but I've met Patricia. So when we first when we first got together, you know, there was these big Christmases. It was the tradition.
Yes.
And she had to bake all these pies and get all these things ready.
Well, and I have to admit, often, you know, for Thanksgiving, I would bake as many as 12 pies, but oftentimes there'd be 30, 40 people, maybe even more at the house when I was very young. So it just, you know, it kind of just kept on going. But also I realized, of course, after I started using the ecosystem approach, I was doing these things just like my mother, because, by the way, I don't stay up all night. I don't do it. Anyway, I was doing all these things just like my mother because that's what she did. That's what I learned.
And so with the ecosystem approach, one of the first things that we started talking about when we got together was our mutual stories. Right. And so I remember I was always asking myself, it was usually muttering under my breath, because we
What's
had
this all about?
We had 3 flights of stairs. So when it
got time to go, our house wasn't big enough, and so we would celebrate at my niece's house, and it was perfect. And like I said, average was 20 people. Sometimes there'd be as many. I remember the highest number we had one year was 54.
Yeah.
But I brought a major amount of not only the food, but I also went
the cooking utensils. Yes.
Unbelievable. I'm talking boxes and boxes of things. And Jason would, we finally figured
3 flights of stairs.
We finally figured it out that we could do certain things. And if he did this job and I did this, and I would set everything out and say, okay, that section goes now. That section goes now. Well, think about the energy that it took me to even do that. That was insane.
Well, and you never hethen me as I was going up the stairs.
Right.
Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this?
What makes you think I didn't hear you? But then also, we did, like I said, we did all kinds of things, and he's not wrong about that. And some of them were just over the top. And of course, then we had to have gifts for everyone. And then they had to be wrapped. They had to be wrapped. Of course, they had to be wrapped. But then we would finally get in the car. And of course, we had to go to my niece's house an hour away. And then, of course, there was the traffic on one of the busiest highways in the country. And then we would clear on the way. We finally figured it out. After the very first going on the way back, I guarantee you, we started clearing then. And the clearing, he had no idea what he was in for.
That was another clearing, yeah. But the clearing going there was the stress, the overwhelm. It has to be perfect. Right. The anxiety, the judgment. go, the judgment. Mm-hmm. What if we're 5 minutes late? What if we don't get there in time? What if the gravy spills in the back? All those things. Yeah. So what we want to help you with today is so clear the things that are right in front of you.
Right.
If you want to have a good Christmas,
yes,
no matter what it is for COVID this year,
right?
Whether you're by yourself, whether you still have family, whether you, no matter how it's changed.
And by the way, ours has truly changed.
So clear what's right in front of you.
Yes.
That's always the first step.
And those are things like anxiety, fear, overwhelm, judgment, disappointment,
bitterness about that uncle that has wandering hands, or gets drunk, or says the wrong things, or all those
Everybody
things.
has one, yes.
Yes. So all those things, and then on the way back, we always cleared things that had to do with your story.
Yes, things such as the judgment from the sisters, or the judgment of did I put the meal on okay? Well, the bottom line is, if you guys don't realize it wasn't even my house, and I was still doing it.
Yeah, it didn't matter. We're gonna talk some more about what things you can actually do,
right, so
that you can have a good Christmas and have good energy during your Christmas, no matter, even if you're by yourself.
Exactly.
So
are we ready for key points,
yes.
Jason? Okay, here we go.
Taking action is always hit and miss when it comes to changing the energy. Mm-hmm. Christmas activities can never guarantee creating the proper energy or feelings that you want. Mm. Working directly is always the best way to have the energy that you want. And the ecosystem approach teaches you to work with the energies directly so you can feel good at Christmas and every other time.
Exactly. And I want to make this one statement. Jason and I are not asking anyone to do anything that we haven't done and proven ourselves.
Yes.
I just want to make sure, because one of the best things you can do is start right now, today. Stick with us through the rest of the show, and you're going to, I guarantee you're going to feel a little bit different today. So in the next segment, we're going to find out if you're a Christmas phony. He wrote this, and talk about how to help clear the specific energies that keep you from a great Christmas, no matter what your circumstances are right now. This is the Ecosystem Approach Show with Jason, and I'm Patricia. You're listening to Transformation Talk Radio.
Hi, my name is Diane McClay. I'm comfortable being in front of people. How to make things work in a structured format made me feel a little nervous. Everybody I have worked with on the Transformation Talk team met me with enthusiasm. Their confidence in me spilled over to me and allowed me to just grab onto it and say, oh yeah, that's me and I can own it. Thank you for showing up for me. Thank you for allowing me to put my gifts into the world, and thank you for making me look good while I do it.
Hey everyone, it's me, Psychic Medium Jamie.
And me, Spirit Walker Nicole from Shades of Spirit, bringing you another Shades of Spirit tip of the week. Jamie, have you ever wondered if spirit or an angel is around you or your home?
Ever since I was a child. And today we're going to go over a few signs and indications that they are near us.
What about hearing your name called but you can't quite find the source? Does that happen to you?
All the time. I see moving shadows or bursts of color out of the corner of my eyes.
I'll have objects that go missing and then turn up in the most random places.
Especially when you're trying to get out the front door. I'll have electrical devices that turn on and off for no reason.
I'll see repetitive number sequences such as 444, 1111, or 1234.
Join us each week, Monday mornings at 8 a.m. for our Shades of Spirit podcast on Transformation Talk Radio. You can also follow us and make appointments on shadesofspirit.com or give us a call at 858-684-7575 to book your appointment.
How do you feel? Just okay? Well, how about you tune in and get ready to be more with the Healing Hour with me, Doc Martin, every third Wednesday at 11 a.m. Pacific on TransformationTalkRadio.com. I'm ready for your questions, and I can't wait to help you find the answers. Every month we'll have a new live call-in show with innovative topics and a powerful hour of healing. To learn more about me, visit DrSharonMartin.com. See you there. I'm going to be here. You won't want to miss it.
Wow. Hey, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to the Dr. Pat Show. This is Talk Radio to Thrive By. I'm telling you, I got to pinch myself some days, because when each of us gets called to do something that we so not thought was in our wheelhouse to do, for a purpose that's so much greater than us, we get to show up and shine.
If you would like to show up and shine on the Dr. Pat Show as a co-host or sponsor, send us an email to inspire@thedrpatshow.com. Tune in to the show Heart Change Consciousness with me, Dr. Trish DeRocher, as stories of inspired activism come to life. Listening to conversations with your favorite authors, change makers, and many more who practice inspired spiritual activism and transform vulnerabilities into sources of strength. Let's be inspired together through my show, Heart Change Consciousness, on TransformationTalkRadio.com.
This is the Ecosystem Approach Show with Jason, and I'm Patricia. And in this segment, we're going to find out if you're a Christmas phony. Was that meant for me? I'm just curious. And we're going to talk about how to help you clear specific energies that keep you from a great Christmas, no matter what the circumstances are right now. We use an ecosystem approach to you, which is much different than what you are commonly taught. We see human beings as ecosystems that need to be uncovered instead of programmed. Human potential becomes infinite with our ecosystem approach. All right, Jason, what is a Christmas phony? And her name better not be Patricia. Okay. And are you calling me a phony?
Your mother
No.
went crazy going through the motions at Christmas.
She did.
And she is a perfect example. You know, when we got together, I've been observing this for years, your sisters, there's this low level anxiety.
Oh,
There's this low level of, oh my God, energy. Like, is the gravy warm enough? Did this turn out all right?
Right.
There's, it's about feedback about the dishes. It's like if the dishes taste good, then Christmas will be happy.
Right.
Now, you remember our daughter had that one boyfriend, and her mother was a really awful cook. And she used to complain because she said, no, I don't want to go to Christmas dinner with them, and she always come back over here because, we had good food.
And we'd actually get a phone call probably 10, 15 minutes before we arrived home saying, are you home yet? Did you bring me any good food? And of course I always did.
You can only put so much food in your boot.
Yeah, no, I made sure. I always made sure. So,
but see, here's the point. Okay. Having presents, decorations, doing the traditional things don't necessarily create the right energy. And especially during a pandemic. Working with the energy creates the feelings associated with Christmas using the ecosystem approach.
Exactly.
That's what we want to talk about today. So here's some ways to do that. Okay. Clear the stuff that's right in front of you. For example, worry about your health, about money, about anything else that, about whatever.
And loneliness. Oh, the loneliness is huge. I have to admit, everyone, my family might be, a little overgoing and overbearing, that kind of thing. But I'm missing my family really bad this year. Really bad.
And so, if you're missing your family, clear that.
Yeah.
There's always anger, bitterness, and resentment. Everybody has a traumatic Christmas memory where, this happened or this bad thing happened around the holidays. And
exactly. And that's where the depression and hopelessness and even disappointment, we have also we could also clear expectations.
Right.
Because we have these expectations and they don't get met. And then it creates major disappointment.
Oh, the expectations. If I do this, then this will happen. If I do this will happen. And that's an illusion.
Yeah.
If you understand energy, if you can see energy, if you do those things, if you follow through on those things, it doesn't necessarily make it better. Yeah. It's the energy.
Well, and I know you have a really good comment about, if the negative energies are too much.
Yes. So here's how you approach it. First, the stuff that's right in front of you.
Okay.
My resentment of chugging up 3 flights of stairs with the crock pot of gravy. Okay. All right. So that's specific. You include that specifically, and that's really helpful. Okay.
Yes.
Then you go to your story.
Uh-huh.
Do you have bad memories at Christmas? for you, it was about your place in the family.
Right,
It was always that. It was a big part of it.
And one of the reasons I did all those things was because I was fighting for my place in the family.
Yes.
The way my mother did it.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
So you have your story,
Right.
and then any traumas that happen that become triggers,
right?
Right. With Uncle George died at just before Christmas, and that memory just keeps coming up and up and over and over.
Right. And you don't have to clear Uncle George. What you need to do is clear the negative, the hurts and the pains, and maybe even
and the memories,
anger, and the memories that
the grief,
yes, that Uncle George died. Yes, exactly.
So and if the negatives are too much or overwhelming, so I don't know, that sounds good, but I don't know how that affects me. You just need a place to start.
Yeah.
You add
that part.
Healthy dose of life force.
Oh, okay.
Life force is an energy and always makes you feel better. Now, the reason we took so long to talk about life force is because people see that as a shortcut and they go right there. And frankly, clearing what's right in front of you, the negative that's affecting you right now, is always the most important.
It really is.
Be specific, you
know?
Yeah. My fear that I'm not going to have enough pumpkin pie this year, or my fear. That was a jab. In other words, am I going to have pumpkin pie this year? Actually, she made this amazing apple pie for
your birthday.
Yes. Oh, it was really
Thanksgiving.
Good.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, Thanksgiving. Oh, it's really good. So anyways, but I'm getting off the topic.
Food, yes.
So if you're hungry at the end of this, you can clear
your hunger for
desire
sugar.
for apple pie.
Exactly.
But so clear what's right in front of you. Be specific, okay?
Yeah.
So if it's loneliness because you're missing a particular person, clear that. If you're missing your family, clear that specifically.
Right.
Being specific. Someone was asking about why is the ecosystem approach different than all these other things?
Yeah.
And one of the things is that it can be specific. We can drill down to specific energies.
Meaning for your story.
Yes.
For your life, what's in front of you right now.
Exactly.
Love that.
Where most energy techniques are more generic, like you ground yourself or they're energy balancing. Now's a perfect time to start doing. If this feels good to you, if this sounds good to you, it's the perfect time to say, okay, it's time for me to start doing the ecosystem approach.
Right.
And we make it so simple. All you have to do is listen to our show every week, do the clearings at the end. We always do clearings at the end.
Yes.
And
sometimes in the middle.
And sometimes in the
Love
middle.
That part too.
Go to our website, theecosystemapproach.org, and sign up for our newsletter and the free section. So there's a lot of content there that you can read. Read about the discovery, which talks about why the ecosystem approach is so good, because we see what's in front of you.
Right.
We understand what's in your way, and then we help you get rid of it.
Right.
So, and here's the thing. If you've never liked Christmas, there's a lot of people out there that say, I don't, don't give me this Christmas stuff.
I'm going to ask you why.
Well, it's because of bad memories.
Yeah.
It's because of families.
True.
Maybe it's families that weren't, didn't act like they should. Maybe there wasn't a happy family. I know for us, we just went through the motions. There was certainly not like your family. Oh my gosh, there was culture shock when your family. But to be fair, her family was happy and fun, and there's paper flying all over the place, and kids running around, and everybody was talking, and no one was listening.
Yeah, that's true.
I was. Mine was.
The
just,
word is.
Well,
yeah, and the word he said to me when we got in the car, that was that first Christmas. He said, "Is it always like that?" I said, "Yeah, always, every year." And he said, "Oh, I wish I was a drinking man, because if I, he has survived many a Christmas. That's.
I actually like her family, and it's they're
not dull.
They're not dull. It's
No.
fun. We get together, and they're not complaining. It's not, bah humbug. They're basically just happy people.
They really are.
So, that works out well. So, in the next segment, I really want to get to that. So maybe we can talk about the key points now, and then have a little extra time in the next segment.
But it's my line. Here we go. Jason, what are the key points?
She hates it when I take her line. I'm going to give her some extra lines for Christmas. How's
there
that?
You go. Jason, what are the key points for this segment?
Going through the motions at Christmas does not create good energy. Directly working with energy is always the best way to get the feelings and the energy that you want. And clearing the common feelings that block the energy of a great Christmas works. It works.
Yeah.
So the ecosystem approach teaches you how to identify the energies and feelings that block you from a great Christmas.
In the next segment, we're going to talk about what's happening today on the winter solstice. That is guaranteed, by the way, the winter solstice is guaranteed to stir up the energies and all kinds of stuff at Christmas. This is the Ecosystem Approach Show with Jason and Patricia, and you're listening to Transformation Talk Radio.
Are you ready to shift your current beliefs about death? From debilitating pain and loss? Follow Angie Corbett-Kuiper as she shares that through choice, present moment awareness, and keeping an open mind. Anything is possible, even in death. Tune in to Beyond Proof Radio with Angie, redefining death and loss, every first Wednesday at 12 p.m. Pacific on TransformationTalkRadio.com. For more, visit BeyondProof.com.
Did you know that when we talk about the Earth's ecosystems, the most important ecosystem has been left out? We created the ecosystem approach to recapture human potential.
Find us at theecosystemapproach.org.
Join us every Monday at 1 p.m. Pacific Time and 4 p.m. Eastern Time for the Ecosystem Approach Show with Jason and Patricia on TransformationTalkRadio.com.
Hi, I'm Laura Goldstein, and here's a Coffee with the Universe tip. Ever wonder why you want to go to the gym more, for example, but you just can't make it happen? You find yourself rearranging your underwear drawer instead of getting in the car. If this sounds like you, you might have caught a case of the shoulds. Maybe you think you should lose 20 pounds to fit back into your favorite pair of jeans, or that you should be healthier in general. It all sounds good, but deep down you just aren't into it. Truth is, making choices from shoulds just leads to guilt, resentment, and a whole lot of procrastination. So take a good look at your goals. Are you shoulding yourself anywhere? If so, give yourself permission to let it go. For more insights like this, tune into my Transformation Talk radio show called Coffee with the Universe. It's a live call-in show. I'd love to support you.
Are you trying to lose weight, but feel guilty for eating your favorite foods? Feeling deprived and resentful makes for results that aren't sustainable. Join Adrienne Craig every second and fourth Friday at 12 p.m. Pacific on TransformationTalkRadio.com for her show, Master Your Mindset for a Weight Loss Breakthrough. Learn to love the journey and watch yourself succeed. For more information about Adrienne or to work with her personally, visit lifecanyon.com.
Do you sometimes feel overwhelmed by your mind? Powerless when it seems to spin in worry circles or bombard you with self-critical thoughts? Do you want to learn how to master your mind and feel more in control of your life? Listen to Dr. Friedman's Empowerment Radio. Shift from confusion to clarity, self-doubt to confidence, and from anxiety to peace and balance. Dr. Friedman and his many guest experts share the insights and tools you want to live with greater ease, joy, and purpose. Tune in to Empowerment Radio every first and third Thursday at 9 a.m. Pacific Time.
This is the Ecosystem Approach Show with Jason and Patricia. In this segment, we're going to talk about what's happening today on the winter solstice that is guaranteed to stir up the energy and all kinds of stuff at Christmas. We use an ecosystem approach to you, which is much different than what you are commonly taught. We see human beings as ecosystems that need to be uncovered instead of programmed. Human potential becomes infinite with our ecosystem approach. Okay, Jason, what do you mean by stirring up energies at Christmas. Should we be worried?
No, I should be worried.
Oh, okay.
So no, I've actually kind of changed the topic here, and it's not meant to be.
Well, it's going to affect.
Today is the winter solstice. It's a big deal. It's called the Grand Conjunction in astrology, and it's a time when Jupiter and Saturn's orbit are the closest that they will be for another 20 years.
Okay.
And
this happens every 20 years.
This happens every 20 years. The winter solstice is always, there's a lot of energy for the winter solstice, but even for today, it's even more.
Well,
Now, on December 14th, there was an eclipse, and that, so the audience knows, a lot of good things have happened for both of us from that.
Yes, they have.
But I remember, a couple of days, we just sat there at the end of the day looking at each other, kind of drooling from the mouth. Saying, that was, that
intense.
It was very, very intense.
Very much.
And there was a lot of stress and anxiety and little things that didn't go well in the midst of things going really well.
Yes, exactly.
So we want to prepare you for this energy because it's going to be a factor in your Christmas.
Okay.
And it's a factor for your life right now. So it's a big deal.
Okay.
And one of the things that, with the ecosystem approach is you get to understand how to use energy.
Yeah.
And
by the way, everyone, that is one of the coolest things of all, because once you start doing the clearings, once you start doing the ecosystem approach, what happens is that you gain an awareness that you've had all along. You kind of suspected sometimes, but it starts to show up in such an amazing way.
Exactly. Now, we've never done, well, at least I haven't done the, sit back and say, oh, far out, man, and just like to, like to look at those things. Okay. Yes. I always say, okay, if there's this energy going on, what does that mean for me? How can I use that for me?
What's in my best interest?
Yes.
Yes.
So let me explain. Okay. I've created a metaphor so you can understand the Grand Conjunction.
By the way, I think it's a really good one.
Yeah. Well, and so these two planets are coming together. Jupiter represents optimism, new ideas, bold ideas, big ideas.
Okay.
And Saturn, which represents the old way of doing things, tradition, following the rules, doing things a certain way. And imagine, and this is all happening in the astrology sign of Aquarius.
Okay.
So here's the metaphor so you can understand that better. So what does that mean? Well, Jupiter and Saturn are getting close. This sounds like
a big deal.
Astrology babble. What does it all mean? I know how does it work for me?
Okay.
So here's the metaphor to help you understand it.
Okay.
And then we're going to tell you how you can make it useful for you.
Okay.
So imagine two brothers. One represents Saturn and one represents Jupiter.
Okay.
And Jupiter is the big one, the big brother who's super optimistic and has bold ideas and is always trying something new and is going out there and doing this and doing that. A lot of things fall through the cracks and he never does a plan. He always just shoots from the seat of his pants.
Oh my
gosh. He's out there doing things. Then you have this other brother who represents Saturn.
Okay.
And he's always by the book. He always has a plan. Okay. He always takes care of the details. He makes sure that everything's followed through. But he's not so big on new ideas. He likes the way it always has been. He likes to keep things just the way they are.
Oh, sure.
And imagine they have parents who love humanity. That represents Aquarius. Lovers of humanity, love innovation, are forward thinkers. Are technology thinkers.
Okay.
And so you have these things coming together. And so if you understand it from thinking of it as family with Aquarian parents and, the two brothers, if it doesn't happen correctly, those two brothers could go like this.
Okay.
If it happens correctly, they could be partners in amazing ways.
In amazing energy ways for us.
Yes.
I love that.
So how does this affect you personally and your Christmas?
Right.
Okay. So if you're like the one brother who's got big, bold ideas and optimistic,
okay,
clear your way so you can take care of the details.
Okay.
If you're like the other brother who's always by the book and doesn't want to do anything new and always make sure the details are taken care of.
You're not going to say throw caution to the wind, right?
No, I'm going to say clear for the big, bold ideas.
Ah, okay.
And how does it affect your Christmas personally? It's going to have more drama. It's going to have more intensity. It's going to have more frenzy.
Sure.
But
it could. And you can clear those things.
You can clear those things.
Okay.
And what I suggest is when it comes up,
clear it.
Clear it.
Right then and there.
So what I'm saying to you is that this winter solstice has the potential for creating a lot of stuff happening.
Good stuff. You can choose to make it good stuff by removing the negative energies that get in your way.
And for all astrology, and this is why we're talking more and more about astrology.
I get that.
Is that if you use clearing, like we was clearing our way through the eclipse.
Oh yeah.
It could have been really negative for us. It was ended up to be really positive.
Exactly.
And if you clear your way through any sort of astrological event, it's usually really, really positive on the other side.
Exactly.
Now,
I've seen that.
if you read the astrologers, they say, well, eclipse, it's time for a new beginning and new changes and all those things. But they say, well, watch out for this and watch out for that. Those things, the only way you can do that is by programming yourself. And programming doesn't change the energy.
Well, see, now instead of thinking it as being programming, I just automatically thought, well, I'm going to clear this and I'm going to clear that and I'm going to clear those things that are right in front of me, standing in my way, keeping me from having those big, bold ideas.
That's because you've been doing the ecosystem approach for 20 years.
Oh,
that's how you think. Everybody else doesn't think that way. They think I'm just going to push these feelings aside. If I'm getting anxious, I'm going to go drink something. If I'm getting frenzy, I'm going to take a cold shower. Whatever action you want to do to try and change the energy.
Right.
We're saying just change the energy directly.
Yeah, I love that.
And you can use this energy for Christmas and for this year for you, because think of it as a new beginning, to use the power of Jupiter for big, bold ideas and hopeful ideas, and use the power of Saturn to make sure you get all your ducks lined up and all the ducks in a row.
I love it. Okay, so Jason.
So let's review, okay?
That's what I was just going to say.
Always clear what's right in front of you. If you have big ideas, clear so you can do the details to bring them to fruition. If you're a rule follower, clear for optimism and big ideas and creativity.
Right. Okay, and so how am I going to use this for Christmas one more time?
Well, if whatever happens, clear it. Be specific.
Okay.
Well,
I just had this picture a few minutes ago of somebody deciding they're going to start using the ecosystem approach. And of course, this is my sense of humor, running around saying, "Oh, hi, Sally, how are you?" That kind of thing, because you're not fond of Sally. Well, you might want to use a little more discretion, but you can still do that.
See, and we don't ever predict the future because it can't be predicted. That's a whole show. We'll
yes, it
talk
is.
about that sometime. But I can see, like for you, I can see dropping a pie on the floor, but at the same time having it the best tasting pie you've ever made. So and I'm not trying to say that's the way it's going to be. But
I was thinking of the dogs eating it. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, that can happen.
We need to talk about how to clear.
Okay, let's talk
about
our
key points first.
All right. So key points, Jason, what are they?
There is a lot of intensity at Christmas coming from the Great Conjunction.
Okay.
The intensity can be wind at your back if you're trying to start something or achieve an objective. Doing the clearing is the best way to bring about a positive result during this time.
Okay.
And the ecosystem approach teaches you to benefit from energies and use them in your daily life.
Okay. So, Jason, how do you do clearing?
So
those of you who don't know.
You can sit, you can stand, you can lay down, you can be running, you can be driving. It doesn't matter. Your posture is not important. You don't have to sit in a reverent way. All you have to do is say, when we say "and to eliminate," just in your mind's eye, gather that all up and blow it into the processor. If you if you're listening and you're not seeing us on Facebook Live right now, you can see. Just blow it into a trash can. If there's not a trash can there, put it in an imaginary trash can.
Right. Okay. I love that part. And then after that, we're going to activate life force. life force energy is the most positive energy that anyone has access to. And we're going to call it in through the top of our head. We're going to have it go all the way down our body. We're going to stop it at the tips of our toes, and we're going to turn it around and clear any more negative energy out of our bodies right then and there. So stay tuned. When we come back, we're going to clear for you to have good energy at Christmas and beyond by using the Great Conjunction. Stay tuned. This is the Ecosystem Approach Show with Jason and Patricia, and you're listening to Transformation Talk Radio.
I'm Patricia McNair, host of Divine Guidance with Patricia, and I'm here to help you live a more authentic, spiritually connected life. Join me every first and third Wednesday at 9 a.m. Pacific on TransformationTalkRadio.com. Being who you are in everyday life is the key to unlocking soul wisdom within that our whole self already knows. Get ready to embrace your spiritual, mental, and emotional well-being, your whole being. Discover your gifts and strengthen your connection to spirit. We will explore earth guidance, divine truth and love, past life lessons, and so much more. So listen in to Divine Guidance with Patricia and join in your personal adventure to triggering, opening, validating, and being all that you are. For more information about me, visit divineguidance.earth.
Stuck in a roundabout of dysfunction? Learn how to speak your truth to power with host Dr. Kathy Obear. Create real change with smart tools and smart strategies. No frills, no fluff, just life-changing conversations to help get you where you want to be. Extend your reach and become an agent for real change with Kathy Obear. For more information on Kathy and her work, please visit drkathyobear.com. That's drkathyobear.com.
Juggling life's relentless demands can leave us unbalanced and restless. Do you feel stuck in the overwhelm? Diane McClay is a personal empowerment coach, author, and compassionate storyteller on a mission to boost you into balance and help you move forward with passion and purpose. Get unstuck with Diane on The Diane McClay Show every second and fourth Friday at 1:30 p.m. Pacific on TransformationTalkRadio.com. For more information about Diane, visit DianeMcClay.com.
Hi, I'm Brittany Miles from Miles to Go, How to Lose to Gain It All. I have a mindfulness practice to help you face difficult emotions. It's called RAIN. Developed by Tara Brach, the letters mean the following. R, recognize what's happening to you. A, allow the situation to be as it is. I, investigate feelings with interest and care, and nurture yourself with self-compassion. So you see, rain isn't so bad after all. Tune into my show to learn more. See you on the second and fourth Wednesday at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern, here on Transformation Talk Radio. Feel free to reach out to me at miles2gocoaching.com. That's miles, the number 2, go coaching.com.
This is the Ecosystem Approach Show with Jason, and I'm Patricia. And in this segment, we're going to clear for you to have good energy at Christmas and beyond using the Great Conjunction energy. So, Jason,
here we go. I direct all my resources in all dimensions to eliminate the veils and illusions so I can see that my Christmas present could be the Great Conjunction.
And you didn't have to spend any money. I love that. Everybody take a breath.
Gather up those veils and illusions.
And throw any negative energy that's blocking you from what we were just clearing into the processor that's behind me. And if you're listening via audio for audio recording, just put it into a trash can
But in the meantime, go to our website, and there's a picture of the processor. You can download it and print it out.
Exactly.
Theecosystemapproach.org.
I love that. So, and continuing on, and to eliminate the barrier, so I can use this energy, the conjunction energy, by clearing my way to get all the benefit of it. Take a breath.
And to eliminate the anger, hate, rage, and bitterness that keeps me stuck from my big life objectives or just having a good Christmas.
Nice. Take a breath. Blow all the negative energies. And are we going to do one for memory here, Jason? I didn't. So let's do this one.
I can't remember.
I direct all my resources and all
she asked for that one.
To eliminate all the blocks that are keeping me from realizing all the negative energies, memories that I have around Christmas, clearing them and really giving myself permission to enjoy my day. Take a nice breath. All those old memories, put them in that processor. After you put them in the processor, or when you put them in the processor, you don't have to carry them around anymore. It's kind of cool.
That's where our old title, our old name was. That's Living Lighter, was people felt lighter if they did this. Okay,
exactly.
So, and to eliminate the barriers, so I can see that astrological energy can be practical if I know how to use it.
Yeah.
And how to use it, the ecosystem approach.
Take a breath. And blow it into the processor behind me. And to eliminate the anger, rage, hate, bitterness that keeps me stuck from big life and learning, figuring out my life story, and then using really positive energy to get to where you want to go. Take a breath.
And to eliminate my fear of trusting that I can use the energy of the great conjunction to make my life better.
It's a good one. Take a breath.
Gather up that fear.
And blow it into the processor
yes.
trash can. And to eliminate the barriers, so I can see that I can have good feelings at Christmas by creating good energy, starting with me. Take a breath.
And to eliminate the false belief that Christmas decorations creates good Christmas energy.
Take a breath. We'll leave that one simple, everyone.
She wanted to put twinkly lights on me today. So anyways, and I told her didn't guarantee a better
anything.
show. Yeah.
Okay. So. And to eliminate the veils and illusions, so I can see that the negative energy around me interferes with good feelings at Christmas. Take a breath.
And to eliminate the negative feelings like bitterness, anger, loneliness, so I can see they block good feelings during Christmas.
Yeah.
Take a breath.
Take a breath. And to eliminate the hurt and loneliness and feeling abandoned that I'm stuck in right now, and I expect to be stuck in at Christmas. Release those. You don't need to be stuck there. It's not in your best interest. Take a breath. And into the processor.
And to eliminate my expectations that really don't make sense if they're spoken out loud.
Yeah.
So if you want to write them down, say them out loud, and see if they make any sense.
Exactly.
Like my husband will love me forever if I make a great apple pie. I'll love you anyway, too, but I still like the apple pie. So let's do
okay.
Yeah.
So I direct all my resources in all dimensions to activate life force energy, the most powerful energy that we have access to. I release and let go all of the negative energies right here, so I can have hope for positive feelings at Christmas. Take a breath. Call it in through the top of your head. Hope right there. Let it go all the way to the tips of your toes. And now blow out any negative energies that are around us and put them into the processor. Jason?
And to activate life force, so I can trust that I can work with energy for good feelings at Christmas or any other time.
Exactly. Even tomorrow, even today. Take a breath. Pull in that life force energy. and to activate life force so I can have the determination to start working with my energy for good feelings all the time right now. Nice and easy. Take a breath, call in that positive energy. It just gives you a little bit of a nudge. It's a good positive nudge. And then blow out any negative energies that are stopping you and put it into the processor behind me, or when you look on the website. So, and to activate happiness and hope and laughter and fun and joy, creativity, objectivity, and the power that I need and want. So I can use life force energy to get what it is I need and want starting right now. Take a breath, everyone. Call it in through the top of your head. And blow out any negative energy. Jason, what are we going to talk about next week?
Well, so Wednesday, 2 days from now, we're filling in for Dr. Pat, and we're doing a show called The Intuitive Couple.
Oh.
And we're talking about
Who are you talking about?
We're talking about us. And we're talking about our search for, we knew that we had intuition. We knew that we had these abilities.
Right.
But how did we refine them? How do we develop them? And how do we figure out how to use them?
Right.
So that we got to where we are right now.
Well, and it's been an amazing journey.
It's been an amazing journey, and these stories are really fascinating.
Yes, they are. And fun.
And they're fun.
Yes.
And, it kind of gives you the backstory about how we, why we want to be practical, why we want to show people how to do this for themselves and not be their intuitive or their guru. We want to help you learn how to do it yourself. So this is at 11 a.m. Pacific time and 3 p.m. Eastern time on the Dr. Pat channel. It'll still be recorded.
11 and 2.
Yeah, 11 to 2,
yes.
2 Eastern time.
There you go.
It'll still be recorded. And so if you want to watch it on Facebook Live, if you're listening right now and you're not watching on Facebook Live and you want to know how weird we are in person, you can go to our
website.
Or our Facebook page.
Okay.
TheEcosystemApproach.org is our Facebook page. There's a little yellow sun there, and you can find that.
Okay.
And then on next Monday, which is our next show,
we're
gonna we call it the reset. It's time to change. All the problems in the world.
Oh, it's so much.
It's something that I really wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
During this pandemic, we see all these problems that are coming up.
Yeah.
The food insecurity, the racial problems, the racial inequities,
the suicide problem, the
mental health problem.
The mental health problems is huge. It truly, truly is. And it's a problem. We're not just going, it's a problem. We're saying this is a real problem, everyone. And it's all been created, so to speak, by negative energy that you can remove, but not only for yourself, but for the world.
We're going to talk about the world, but most importantly, like with everything that we do, we're going to talk about how to reset yourself.
Yes. Because, by the way, it all starts with you.
Yes.
When you change you, then you can change so many other things in a very positive way.
Exactly.
Yes.
So we're going to talk about the ecosystem approach in that too. But so if you want more of the ecosystem approach, if something today touched you, if you got that little tingle here that says, I want to have good feelings about Christmas, but I want to have good feelings all the time.
Sure.
All you have to do is listen to our show every week.
Right.
Go to our website, theecosystemapproach.org, sign up for our free section, which includes our newsletter that you just make sure the box checked.
Okay.
And it has weekly clearings that we send out on Wednesday. And then we're getting these reports that people are clearing. They're doing these weekly clearings, and they're starting to feel differently. They're starting to make a difference.
Well, yeah, and what's interesting is, especially when I'm talking to clients or talking to someone, I'm talking on the phone or talking, I'm seeing it directly. The changes that these people are making. It's not like they're,
they grow another head.
It's not anything like that. It is. You can just see the positive in them, and you can see, I'm going to use the word power, that they're starting to stand in that's theirs.
There's
It's awesome,
power,
everyone.
there's charisma, there's va-va-voom,
Yes.
there's the ability to solve problems, there's ability to learn. It's all sorts of things.
Right.
It's not one size fits all, but it's the best of who you are authentically.
Exactly.
And so go to our Facebook page, theecosystemapproach.org, and while you're there and you're watching, would you like us? I'm so sensitive about my likes. I like to have likes. It's just a big deal.
Yes.
So I really appreciate that.
Yes.
And if you want to send us an email, you can send it at hello@theecosystemapproach.org. That'll get to us. And
make suggestions. Say Merry Christmas. We'd love to hear from you.
Topic suggestions.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So feel free to do that.
Okay. And we'll connect next week, Monday at 1 p.m. Pacific and 4 p.m. Eastern time, and also Wednesday at 11 a.m. Pacific time and 2 p.m. Eastern time on Dr. Pat's show this week on Wednesday. So this is Transformation Talk Radio. You're listening to the Ecosystem Approach Show with Jason and Patricia.
Remember, your ecosystem is the most important one in the world.
Thank you for listening to the Ecosystem Approach Show with Jason and Patricia. I'm Patricia. Tune in every week as we discuss practical ways to apply the ecosystem approach and develop your potential to live your life on your terms. For more information, visit our website at theecosystemapproach.org.